Namaste students, Krishna Vidya. I JVN Dr. Vidyapeeth, Assistant Professor Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today's session we are going to discuss about the type of learning. Psychologists have identified different types of learning. We have different types of learning. We learn different skills, adopting different types of learning. How does learning take place at different levels? Learning is explained in terms of stimulus and response by a group of psychologists. They are known as behaviorists or the stimulus as impulse or that we receive from the external environment. So trial and error learning by Edward Lee Thorndike. So the famous psychologist Edward Lee Thorndike in 1834 to 1949 was the initiator for the theory of trial and error learning based on finding and experiment on cat. In one of these experiments, for instance, he put a hungry cat in a puzzle box. There was only one door which could be opened by correctly manipulating the plastic. A fish was placed outside the box. The smell of the fish catches a strong motive for the hungry cat to come out of the box. In another trial, the process was repeated. The cat was kept hungry and placed in the same place in the same puzzle box. The fish and its smell again worked as the motive for it to get out of the box. In against random movement, the effort, but this time it took less to come out. In the subsequent trials, the incorrect response, fighting, crawling, dashing, was gradually reduced. The cat took less time on each successful trial. In due course, it was in a position to manipulate the latching as soon as it was put in the box. In this way, gradually, the cat learned the art of opening the door, and the experiments come up with the following stages of the process of learning: drive. In place of the experiment, it was hungry and intensified by the strength of the food. So, to get at the food by getting out of the box. The cat was confined in the box with a closed door. The cat persistently tried to come out of the box and knowing gradually. Selection is so gradually the cat recognized the correct way of manipulation of the latch, and it selects the proper way of manipulating the latch in random moment. Fixation is at the last the cat learned the proper way of opening the door by eliminating all the incorrect response and picks up the right response. Based upon the experiment mentioned, the major theoretical principles which form by the basis of the Thorndike theory that learning and summarizing the discussion like learning involves trial and error or selection correction. Learning is a result of formation of correction, and learning is an incremental, non insignificant learning. Thorndike's law of learning is propound the following laws. Learning on the basis of these theories, notations about the learning process. The law of readiness. Readiness, according to the Thorndike, is preparation for action. It is essential for the learning. If the children is placed in the or he or she learns more quickly or effectively or with greater satisfaction. This shows us not to force the child to learn if he is not ready, but also not to miss any opportunity of providing learning experience if the child is prepared to learn. The right moment confronting the learning situation and the learner's state of mind should be recognized and interest, and curiosity. The law of exercise. The law of has two subparts, that is the law of use or the law of disuse, which may be stated as the law of use the state and may be accompanied by the motivable or the connection between the stimulus response. The law of disuse, when the modifiable connection is not made and between the situation and the response and during the length of the time of the connection or the strength is decreased. Law of effect. In another word, the learning can be said to be taken place properly when it is resulted in the satisfaction of the learner derived pleasure from it. It is a situation when a child meets failure or dissatisfied or the program of learning is blocked. All pleasant experiences have lasting influence and remembered that for a long time, while an unpleasant uh, one are soon forgotten. Therefore, the satisfaction and dissatisfaction, pleasure and displeasure result in learning experience decides the degree of effectiveness. This law emphasizes on the role of reward and punishment in the process of learning. Thorndike's theory of trial and error of great significance in the field of education. It explains the process of learning along the animal and human being on the basis of actual experiment. Not only human learning but animal learning are also followed the path of trial and error. A child is confined to a mathematical problem trial certainly possible before he arrives to the correct solution. To Thorndike's theory of trial and error has his laws of learning has been significant contribution in the learning he made on learning purposeful and goal directed, which is highlighted on the psychological importance of reward and praise in the field of learning. Thank you. This session is powered by 2.0 Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. If you have any queries, please write down in the comment box. We will resolve it in the problem solving